Hi, this is Michael from Life Lessons at Lunch. And what I'd like to discuss today is about addiction again. There's 5 words that describe addiction, and that's it's not about the substances, which means it's not about the food we overeat, it's not about the alcohol we drink too much of, it's not about the drugs we take. It's not about the job that we work too hard at. It's not even about anything but the underlying problem that's inside of us. That underlying problem usually is some kind of something that's making us run from who we are. Because when we overindulge and when we abuse our bodies with food, alcohol, drugs, sex, work, exercise, when we do things excessively that's unhealthy, we're running from something. It could be a self-esteem issue. It could be things that happened to you when you were growing up as a child. It could be things that happened to you as an adult. It can be old issues that have really affected us as we grow older. And I'll give you a for instance. When I was 6 years old, my mom used to do a lot of prescription drugs. So she would pretty much abandon me in a sense, where she would be laying there for 3 days passed out, and I couldn't reach her. She was gone. So what I found myself doing was hiding from the anger that was with my father and the abuse that came with that anger and frustration he held. Well, I got over that and I got through it as I grew older. But what happened was, as I grew older, I had some really close friends, and in their 40s they began to die. They freak accidents, negligence, stuff like that. Even my mom, when she passed, and it was a short amount of time. What I found myself was that feeling of abandonment came again, because they left this earth without control, but I had a feeling of abandonment, like they left me, and they didn't leave me. What they left was uncontrollably. But see, I didn't take it that way, because I felt that fear came back. It's your fear circle, where you are back in that circle again, where you feel that fear, that anxiety, that everything that attacked you and hurt you when you were a child all came back. And it took 30, 40 years later, but it did come back. And I didn't realize it. I didn't seek counseling. I didn't do anything. Instead, I gained weight. I shut the world out. I isolated. I did things that weren't healthy. And when I learned how to deal with these things, I became better and I became stronger. And that's what happens. What we do, we have emotional and mental traumas that we think are the world, and they're not. They're just instances. They're deja vus. They're little things that pop up that remind us of something else. And it's funny, I say deja vu, and how many times have you been deja vu? You've said, oh God, I feel like I've done this before. I've felt this way. The same way. We hit an emotion, we hit a fear cycle or a fear circle where we're back into it. So we feel that same way again. And this is why when we feel these things, when we feel things that impact our behavior, we should seek help somehow. Self-education is fine. Talking it over, friends, family, ministers, pastors, professionals, whatever it takes, you have to seek help. Even if you do it on your own, even if you go to volunteer somewhere and appreciate, just do something to get out of that cycle, because everyone's affected and impacted. And that's what I'll talk about next. Michael, Life Lessons at Lunch, lifelessonsatLunch.com will be up soon. And I thank you for listening. And remember, I always try to pray prayer gives you faith, and faith is the foundation of recovery. God bless you.